Good afternoon. I'm here today to tell you a story from our good friend Geoffrey Chaucer. What a treat. I'm here today to tell you the Summon's Day. Masters, there is in Yorkshire, as I guess, a marshy region that's called Holderness, wherein there went a limiter about, and to beg too, beyond a doubt, that there the services of God might flower, and not to them who waste and wealth devour. Nor where there's no necessity to give, as to the monks who easily may live, thanks to be God, and need no wealth to gain. Trentle, said he, deliver from their pain the souls of friends who are dead, the old and young. Yea, even when they have been hastily sung, not that I hold as frivolous and gay a priest who only sings one mass a day. Act quickly now, said he, their souls redeem, for hard it is, with spikes and hooks, I deem. To be so torn, aye, or to burn or bake, now speed you all to this for Christ's own sake. Give us of wheat, or malt, or rye, he'd say, a bushel, or a God's cake, or some cheese. We may not choose, so give us what you please. Give us God's halfpenny, or a mass penny, or give us of your brawn, if you have any. A small piece of your blanket, my dear dame. Our sister dear, lo, here write your name. Bacon or beef, or such things as you find. Along he went from house to house, till he came to a house where there was no one to be, refreshed more than in 100 places round, and sick of the goddamn of the place he found. Bedridden on a couch he prostrate lay. Deuce hick, said he, Thomas my good friend, good day. This friar courteously and soft, Thomas, he said, may God repay you oft. Have I sat on this bench and fared right well? Here have I eaten many a merry meal. And from the bench he drove away the cat, and laid down there his steel-tipped staff and hat. Eh, master, welcome be you, by St. John, exclaimed the wife. How fare you heartily? The friar arose, and that full courteously, and he and her embraced within his 2 arms narrow, and kissed her sweetly, chirping like a sparrow. With his 2 lips, our dame, said he, right well, as one that is your servant, let me tell, thanks to be God, who gave your soul and life, for saw I not this day so fair a wife. But of your innate goodness, by your leave, I beg of you, be cross or grieve. If I with Thomas speak a little now, these curates are right negligent and slow. God knows, said he, nothing thereof feel I, so help me Christ, as I, these last few years, have spent on the divers, friars it appears, full many a pound, and I am no better yet. True, my wealth I have almost upset. Farewell, my gold, it has slipped away. The friar replied, Ah, Thomas, so you say. But why need you to different friars reach? Why should he need, who has a perfect leech? To call in other leeches from the town, your trouble from your fickles has grown. Think you that I, or at least our convent, could not suffice to pray? That's what I meant. Thomas, your feeble joke's not worth a tittle. Your illness lasts because you've given too little. I could of anger tell you so much sorrow, my tale should last until 'twere tomorrow. Ireful Cambyses was a drunkard too, and much delighted dirty deeds to do, and so befell a lord of his household, who loved all moral virtue, we are told. Said on a day, when they were talking thus, a lord is lost, if he be too vicious. For God's dear love, sir, drank more moderately, wine causes man to lose, and wretchedly, his mind and his limbs usage every one. The opposite you'll see, he said, anon. And you'll prove by your own experience that wine does not to men such foul offence. There is no wine can rob me of my might, or of my hand, of my foot, nor yet of my eyesight. And for despite he drank much wine the more, 100 times than he had drunk before, and then anon his ireful wicked wretch sent one this night's young son to go and fetch, and ordered that before him he should stand, and suddenly he took his bow in hand, and then drew the string thereof up to his ear, and with an arrow slew the child right there. Now tell me whether I've a sure hand or none, he said, and are my might and my mind all gone? Has wine deprived me of my good eyesight? To a poor man should his vices tell, but to a lord no, though he go to hell. Friars, you'll find the scriptures do record, and beggars too, thanks to be good Lord. Now Thomas, help for holy charity. Such things as I possess are on my own, said he. Those may I give you, and no other. You tell me that I am as your own brother? Yea, truly, said the friar, trust me well. I gave your wife a letter with our cell. That's well, said he, and something will I give unto your holy convent while I live. And right anon you'll have it in your hand, on this condition only, understand, that you divide it so, my own dear brother, that every friar shall have just as much as the other. I swear, said this friar, on my faith, and on the sick man's laid his hand therewith. Lo, hear my oath, in me shall truth not lack. Now then, come put your hand right down my back, replied the man, and grope you well behind, for underneath my buttocks shall you find a thing that I have hid in privity. Ah, though the friar, this shall go with me. And though he thrust his hand right down to the cleft, in hope that he would find there some good gift. And when the sick man felt the friar here, groping around his hole and all round his rear, into his hand he let the friar a fart. There is no stallion drawing a loaded cart that have let such a fart of such a sound. The friar leapt up with wild lines bound. Ah, treacherous churl, he cried, by God's own bones, I'll see that he who scorns me thus atones. And forth he scowling went, with angry shout, and found his fellow where he'd left his store. What, Friar John? What kind of world is this? I see right well that something is amiss. Sir, said the friar, an odious mischief was this day done to me by order to me, and so per consequence to each degree of Holy Church may God it soon amend. As you have heard before, you know well what, the lady of the house right silent sat, till she heard all that the friar had said. Eh? By God's mother, she cried, blessed maid! The man, no doubt, is more or less insane. Madame, he said, I will not lie or feign. This false blasphemer who has dared charge me, thus to divide what won't divided be. And in arithmetic did no man find, before this day, such puzzling question shown. Who could be able now to make it known, how every man should have an equal part of both the sound and savour of a fart? My lord, said he, when next the weather's fair, and where there's no wind to stir the quiet air, let someone bring a cartwheel to this hall, but see that there are no missing spokes at all. Your noble sir confessor, whom God save, shall hold his nose upright beneath the nave. Then shall this churl, with belly stiff and taut, as any tabor, let him there be brought, and set on him on the wheelchair of the same cart, upon the hub, and make him let a fart. And you shall see, on peril of my life, with proof so clear that there shall be no strife, that equally the sound of it will wend, and the sting too to each spoke utters end. The lord, the lady, and each man, save the friar, agreed that Jenkins spoke as classifier, as well as Euclid or as Ptolemy. Touching the churl, they said that subtilely, and great wit taught him how to make his crack. He was no fool, nor a demoniac. And Jenkins by this means has won a gown. My tale is done, we're almost into town.